All right, there we go. We're going to set up some push to talk stuff, not working quite yet. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Green White Checkered TV. Saying tonight I have a special treat because I am joined in the booth by my friend Don Runkle Jr. So, say, appreciate you joining me with this one tonight. I say we're here at the Area 51 Racing League at Michigan tonight for 100 laps with the Cup cars.
Yeah, it should be a good race tonight. Really look forward to this. Michigan always brings some good racing in the Cup cars, especially with the different packages they have this year. Should set up some good racing tonight. Appreciate you inviting me into the booth with you tonight for Green White Checkered TV. Should be a good one tonight, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Looking forward to this one. There's a little bit different here than what they have at some of the other leagues. They'll be running 70% fuel, and then after, along with that, they have
Wrapping up
the
practice right now, or wrapping up qualifying
yep.
right now. These guys should be
Oh, that's right.
on the track to take the green shortly. So far, it looks like we got Bud Steele in the number 6 car sitting on the pole currently. Behind him would be Maxwell. I'm going to say these names wrong, Gael. You can help me out. What is that guy's
Yeah,
last name?
I think it's
Cadwell.
Maxwell Caldwell. Yeah,
Caldwell.
and so you are exactly right. So yeah, what we're doing tonight is we got the first one. I apologize for the noise in the background with my daughter. So what they're gonna be doing tonight with this league is so they have the two faster pairs, and so what we're gonna be doing is after the two faster pairs, that's all I have, and they are gonna run three green white checkers if that comes to be into play here. However, it's like qualifying just finished up, and so it's pretty exciting. Is the first pole award for this segment is going to go to Bud Steele in that number 6 car, and so as I'm going to pull up the grid here just a moment. So they've actually got a pole award now for the grid here, and it's sponsored by Regal Cinemas. And so what they're doing is they're going to be offering a $10 iRacing credit, or just they'll directly send $10 to the winner of that pole award. So Bud Steele's going to get 10 bucks towards either iRacing or just go into his bank account if he wants to. And so just info about Regal, they operate one of the largest and most geographically diverse theater circuits in the United States, consisting of 7,211 screens in 549 theaters in 42 states, along with America's Samoa, the District of Columbia, Guam, and Saipan. And so also Regal believes that the size, reach, and quality of the company's theater circuit provides its patrons with a convenient and enjoyable movie-going experience. Regal is committed to being the best place to watch a movie, bar none. So really want to thank Regal for helping the league out. They put in on that awesome award there for those guys. And so yeah, I was saying, quick little note for you, Donna. Say I'm gonna adjust your mic up a little bit here on my end. So it sounds like you might still be a little quiet, which
Oh,
that's
okay.
something I never tell you. So
Yeah,
you must be.
we're still trying to get things sorted out here, so just have some patience with us, folks. We're kind of new at this, just trying to figure it out as we go.
Yeah, so I'll bump you up a little bit there.
Bump
So
me up a
anyway,
little
yeah.
bit. I've
So
never been accused of being too quiet.
so yeah, on the pole though, you got Bud Steele, Maxwell Caldwell are in the front row, and then starting in row 2. So make sure it's toggling here. So come on, you can do it. Apologies for the delay. So I'm trying to get. I might have to close and reopen the poll award, but I'll say, as we mentioned, Bud Steele is the pole sitter for tonight. So yeah. Oh, I see what I was doing wrong there. I was on the results, not the grid. There we go.
Oh yeah, you got to be in
Row
the right thing.
2. I know. Row 2 is Jack Walls and Larry Yingling. And row 3, you have John Mullins and Cody Cox in the 9. Row 4 is Logan Helton in the 63 and Donald Sadusky in the 19 car. And then rounding out the top 10 is Aaron Davidson and Ryan Kelly. And so I'm going to go through the rest of them as they start gridding up here. So I'll have to go through a little quick here. I mean, you've obviously done plenty of races here at Michigan down with the Cup cars. So say, what have you noticed before when you've run over here?
The one thing I noticed, you got plenty of room to race here. It's really nice and wide and everything, but sometimes that can actually screw you up. Guys take that for granted. They think they got more room than they actually have. They're carrying so much speed at this track because it's such a large track here in the corners. I think the biggest thing is just going to be able to carry that momentum through the corners here because with this package and the way things are, I mean, sometimes a lot of these bigger tracks like this, they almost run like Talladega for these guys. And I haven't run Michigan in this new package in quite some time, so I'm kind of new at it. And they've actually changed the tire model so many times since I ran here. So, but I mean, the Cup cars always put on a good show. So I think the biggest thing you have to worry about is, I think track position is going to be super important. It's going to be hard to pass here. And I think taking care of your tires, especially that right front. So as you see, the pace car is peeling off right now. These guys are getting ready to go green.
Yeah, so in this league they say they do go on green, so you won't see the
Here we
leaders
see them two
get a
by
big
two by
jump.
two, and they're going green right there. We're going to see Bud Steele bring these guys down into turn one. Our pole sitter there in the number 6, and these guys are going to be racing for 100 laps here at Michigan. And there they go, side by side into turn 1 and 2. And hopefully we'll be able to get some good long green flag racing here at Michigan.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If they can get a little bit of a few laps in, get everything settled out, I say that's usually when they can get those long green flag runs in. But I say when they start slicing and dicing early, it kind of opens up the door to have some troubles happen early. So I say we'll see
You
if
can
these
always
guys
already
can.
see these guys. They're already going 3 wide there in the turns. I mean, early on, they're trying to take advantage of these fresh tires, try to get as many positions as they possibly can. You can see these guys really fanning out on the straightaway there.
Yeah, I'm saying definitely track conditions are perfect as well for it to be really racy. I say it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit with 85 degrees track temperature, so it's going to be definitely pretty good grip right now. See 2 cars coming out on track right now. Looks like they may have started from the pit lane, so they're going to have to be real careful here. As you see, the leaders are roaring up on them. You got one at the top, one staying on the apron. Say so far they've gotten through okay, but that's definitely something that they're going to have to be careful for here in the future.
Yeah, definitely you have to negotiate those lap cars when these guys are, the longer the race goes. And obviously, the longer green flag racing we get, there's probably going to be more lap cars to contend with. But right now, we're seeing some really good racing. You see a little bit further back there, about 10th place maybe. You see those guys 3 wide back there. I mean, they're just slicing and dicing, man. They're really trying to get some positions. And we got to fight for the lead here. As you see the number 94 peeking down on the number 6, our pole sitter, Bud Steele. And looks like he's going to get that position going into the turn here.
Yeah, say that 94 Maxwell Caldwell. He ran really well, and we had a fun race recently. And I think that's also his teammate, not too far behind there in the 97 of Larry Yingling. I'm not sure if they're official teammates or just kind of that they work together. So I recall they do kind of work together. So I think you'll see those two try to hook up and see if they can make their way to the front here tonight.
Well, so far it looks like that number 6 got that position back. He got that lead back right now, but I don't think it's quite done yet. It looks like Maxwell is right there on his bumper, almost bump draft him in the straightaway there. God, he's right there on his bumper, pushing him through that corner, man. These guys are getting it on right here, man. It looks like Maxwell is going to decide to take that low line, but no, he decides to sneak right back up behind that 6 car. So a draft definitely helps these guys out here with this track being as big as it is and the speeds that these guys are carrying. So aero is definitely going to be a factor here at this track all race long.
Oh, as I said, we talked about 3 wide. They just had a
Wow.
little bit of contact. Oh, as I say that, it
Oh,
looks
we
like
got
the
a wreck in the
20.
back.
So I'm not sure if he hung on to it there. Nope, it's
No,
a
we got
ram.
a yellow is out. Yellow is out. We got more guys wrecking after the fact. Oh, we got a second wreck back there. These guys did it twice. Looked like everybody was trying to get checked up. We have to check out the replay there.
Yeah, I'll take a look,
Like
see what happened there, where it started.
Absolutely. The 76, the Unical 76 car, Jim Brooks. Unfortunately, your dad looks like his car is absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, he's going to be definitely needing to use one of those fast repairs. I'm saying that's what's nice though about this league
It looked
too
like the
is
9 and the 64 made some contact, and they kept going, but it kind of got these guys to check up further back, and then it just kind of went on from there. Wow, a lot of cars got tore up in that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and take a look while they get under pace here, see if we can see what happened there. Because like you said, it was a lot of action there in a short amount of time.
Yeah, fortunately for guys like Jim Brooks there in the 76, these guys, as we talked about before, do get 2 fast repairs here tonight, which means they're going to get a brand new fresh car like nothing ever happened. But after that, they won't get any more. They only get 2. So it looks like Jim Brooks is going to be already using one up. And the thing about those fast repairs is I know me and you have been guilty of a few times in races that have had those fast repairs is if your car gets the slightest dent on it, a scratch, it will use that fast repair when you pit. So it's very important that these guys remember If they don't want their car fixed, if they're okay with it, and they might have very, very little damage, they need to uncheck that fast repair so they don't use it up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So I went back to take a look at it, and it's just kind of that three wide deal. Put a couple guys in a bad spot. Kind of changed a little bit, probably
You're
momentum.
skipping in and out on your mic. I keep hearing you breaking in and out there.
Oh, apologies. Sorry for that. Yeah, it looks like it kind of just up front though. Just seems like just that three wide kind of got everybody all together there, and just yeah, room ran out kind
Just
of
got the
quick.
best of them. What it was together for years. When you get three wide, man, the track can get closed up real quick.
Yeah, you're exactly right on that one. So it looks like pretty much I think everybody actually did make pit stops there. So I'm looking at the pit
Looks like it.
times. See a lot of 4 tires and fuel. Yeah, say that 76 car's looking nice and pristine now, so he definitely used one of those faster pairs, so he's gonna have to be a little more careful. Say only on lap 7 of the 100 right now, so that's one of those things where he kind of changes your strategy as those things happen.
Yeah, those fast repairs definitely come in handy. But we'll run down the top five here. We got. Looks like it's going to be Maxwell. Help me out. What's his last name?
Maxwell Caldwell.
Come on, guy.
Yeah, so yeah, top 5 should be. Let's say hopefully
Guy
my
left me.
is my button not working again?
Anyway, Maxwell's going to be our leader there. We got Bud Steele in second. Jack Walls is going to be third. Larry Yingling is going to be fourth, and Donald Sadusky is going to be fifth. I think I said that name right. I probably just destroyed those names, but that's going to be your top five there. It's our first caution of the race. Going to have 100 laps tonight. We're currently on lap 7, and we will be going back green here in just a couple laps. Sorry, I was wrong about that order there. It looks like a couple of guys might have stayed out.
Yeah, so hopefully my mic. I say you're able to hear me now.
Yeah, I hear you now. I just couldn't hear you after. Yeah,
Yeah, I wonder if my button's starting to act up. I'm gonna have to look into that. Apologies for
I
that,
have.
everybody.
When I looked at, I know we're talking technical stuff here, guys. When I looked at Discord, it didn't look like the light was going on, so I think it was actual physical button issue.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch mine while we're under yellow here. I'm gonna switch to voice
Yeah, good
activation to
idea.
help my cause out.
But yeah, our top five changed up there a little bit. I don't know if a couple guys stayed out or not, but we got Raymond. Oh, come on, your mic's got to work now if you're going to say
Yep.
this last name. What
Yep.
is
So
it?
I say I switched my mic to voice activation, so hopefully that'll
Yeah, I
do
hear
the
you.
trick here. Yeah. So up front right now we have Raymond Rittenauer,
Rittenauer.
and then Matt Quick second. Maxwell Caldwell is third. Bud Steele fourth, and Jack Walls is in the fifth position. And yeah, so
So
I'm
did
just gonna
those
switch
guys
to this.
stay out?
Um, Actually, yeah, it looks like Raymond Rittenauer and Matt Quick both did stay out. The
Okay.
rest of from third on back, they all pitted. Looks like a couple guys decided to try 2 tires. I'm judging by the pit stop times. Like Bud Steele looks like he had a 2 tire stop up front, as did Josh Cully in the 33.
Yeah, and those guys started deep in the field, first and second. Right now, I'm noticing they both started 41st and 42nd.
Yeah, so I mean that's a way to get some track position. So I'll have to see how that pans out for him.
Looks like the lights just went off on the pace car there, so we will be going green here shortly in another lap. These guys are going to get all gridded up. It's 2x2, and we're going to go back green here. It looks like on lap 10. So we're going to have 90 laps to go when they take the green here. And I'm not sure, what's the fuel window on these cars look like, Kyle? Do you know?
You know, I say I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't do my research on that one. I was
Yeah, I
wondering
didn't.
the same.
I was trying to think. I'm trying to think. It's 70%. They said 70% is our is what they do in the series. So I'm going to take a wild guess, and I'm going to say it's probably right around the 30 lap mark.
That's what I was thinking too. Somewhere in the 30s is my
30
guess.
to
So,
35. I was thinking maybe 30 to 35. So
and this
it
will be a
probably is
hard
30
track
to
to save
35.
fuel as fast as they're gonna
Definitely.
run.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah. Because there's that many times you're going to be off the actual throttle to be able to save some fuel. I mean, even at a restrictor plate track like Daytona or Talladega, when you're drafting with the other drivers, you can actually be half or three quarters throttle and save so much fuel. But here, these guys are going to be full throttle most of the way around here. So saving fuel is probably not going to be too much of an option.
yeah, you're exactly right there. I saying, and Mary, I wanted to thank you for your giving me a heads up on the microphone stuff. Feel free, like I said, if you see or hear anything that you might notice going on during the race, don't hesitate. Let me know. But say as we're about to go green here, say you're gonna have Raymond Rittenauer on the front row on the inside, to his outside the grumpy cat car of Matt Quick in that 38. It's always it's a pretty funny paint scheme to watch.
Yeah, it is. That is a cool paint scheme. It's definitely a eye catcher.
I say green is out. Looks like right now they're pretty lined up. I say the 94's got a really good hook on the on that 87 car, so it looks like he's going to be able to get a little bit of momentum off of turn two. He's going to slide
Oh,
up
he
to the
slides
top
up there.
there. Now it's just going to be whether or not the 94 is going to try to find his way through as well.
Yeah, they're definitely. You can see these guys nose to tail. They're taking advantage of that draft, and I mean, there's even going to be a little bit of side draft. And aero is a big deal at the track like this. Oh, you see the 94 kind of slip up almost the lane there. That's another thing. These cars can get super tight coming up through the corners, and sometimes the car will push up into the other lane. As you see right there, 3 wide with those guys going down the straightaway. I think they're fighting for 4th position. They're almost 4 wide right there going into turn 1, guy. Huh?
Yeah, that wreck didn't change any opinions there. They're still going to go after it here and see if they can get everything they can there. So yeah, definitely no anxieties over that first incident. They're just going to send it here.
Well, and they still are 3 wide back there. You see these guys, they're not playing around, man. These guys are definitely using up the racetrack. You got 3 lanes of racing right there. Oh, they went door to door. I thought they were going to wreck there. I mean, this is intense tonight. These guys are definitely fighting hard right here. Michigan is definitely a wide track, but these guys are pushing it to the limits here, and they're still 3 wide back.
Yeah, it's not really changing my side. I saw there on the front stretch that 121 was actually pushing the 83 car down the front stretch, trying to see if he can make something happen. But yeah, say these guys are dicing it pretty well right now. Say they're staying clean so far, but man, they're all over the place trying to find that right groove, get that right momentum that they need.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that the grooves and the lines in this track will change as the race goes on, as the track temperature changes, as they rubber in this track. You know, you'll see guys using their preferred line, and you'll see certain parts of the track as the race go on will actually darken up, and that'll be the place where these guys really want to be. So right now, you know, obviously it's a multi-group track. It's early on in the race, but we'll have to see how that changes up as the night goes. And man, these guys are coming off the corner. I noticed it seems to be very loose when they're coming off the corner, because a lot of these guys are really swaying that rear end around when they're coming off the corner, looking like they're kind of fighting it a little bit.
Yeah, and I think they do run a custom setup here, so it is very possible that, as I say, as a 3 wide again there with the 76, the 9, and the 3 there, it looks like they're able to get back 2
Dad,
by
your
2
dad,
there.
he ain't afraid. Yeah, I know I'm not. I should be mentioning that to your dad, but I don't care. I'm going to anyway. But yeah, he's killing it out there, man. He's not afraid to take that thing 3 wide.
Yeah, I kind of thought he would try to take it easy initially after that fast repair, but it looks like he
We
wants
got
to
a
get to the
yellow. What do we
front
got a
there.
yellow on the track? What do we got a yellow for?
Oh yeah,
Yellow
you're
on
right. Looks like it's towards the back there.
further in the back.
Yeah, it looks like the 071 was involved. Looks like he's got
That's
some
who was
pretty
involved.
heavy
Yeah,
damage.
he's got really heavy damage there. Oh, he got airborne. We saw that guy. He got airborne there. What I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back on the replay. Take a look here. Yeah, it looks like it was happened right
Let me
entering
see what
turn
happened.
one.
Oh, there was somebody came up from the bottom. Yeah, look like the 32.
Yeah, pulling up on the replay right now. Say they're entering turn one. 071. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of trouble. There's contact there earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the
there
32.
was
So
things happening. Yeah, there was things happening ahead of those guys, and he just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
just
So
trying to catch the other car number, the 120. I think I see. Yep, that's 120. Say some of the car numbers are a little different, so I can't it's not 100% accurate. So we'll take a look. Yeah, so they're 3 wide. They're going down the trial over here. I think what probably happened was just that 120 car just kind of made a left, thinking he had a little bit more room to go. Whereas it looks like actually the 32 is probably trying to get his arc into the turn, and they just made contact, and from there just then they kind of make contact again, and that just kind of puts them back up onto the path of the oncoming cars. So you can see the 32. He starts sliding up in front of the 9. The 9 gets into him there, into the 071. And yeah, oh, there's where he gets the shot up, goes way up in the air. I think it was the 63 that caught him. Yeah, it was. So 63 is going to have a fair bit of damage from that incident as well here. So I think, and he may have been in that last one too. So this may be his second fast repair. So that's stuff they're going to have to be careful about. He might have to just kind of ride in the back here to try to play it safe.
He might. I mean, he's got that hood missing, so I mean, at least from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, no, I saw the same thing. It looked like that hood popped off as well on my end. So, say waiting to see. Looks like pits are cycling through here. So waiting to see where everybody's coming out of the pits. So I gotta wait the lap for. I think I have to wait for that lap to cycle through because it doesn't update my timing and scoring right off the bat. But say right now though, it looks like there's still the 41 cars on the lead lap. Right now the 7 car is 1 lap down and the 071 is 2 laps down. And that's, I mean, obviously we've done some races where you had fast repairs too, and if you have to take a tow, that's going to hurt you, and that's going to usually put you at least one
Yeah,
lap down.
definitely. The tow will really, really mess you up because, yeah, it's going to take you a minute or maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes to get back to the pit. So if you need to use that fast repair, it's in your best interest to try to drive that car back to the pits if you can.
Yeah, it looks like there's definitely some strategy going on there. It's say unless let's say we might see some differing strategies. I saw the 76 go through the pits, but it looks like he actually did not stop in his stall. I think he just drove straight through. So unless maybe he's planning on pitting on the one to go, which lights are still on. So or he just decided, you know what, I want the track position. I don't want the. I'm not worried about the tires and fuel at this point. So I want to take a look to see if that's what happens in his case. And then same thing for second and third. The 14 of Levi Cox and the 67 of Larry Yingling. It looks like they did not pit either. So yeah, it looks like there's some strategy going on here. Say however, from fourth on back, they all pitted under that last yellow. Again, some took 2. It looks like some, and then the others with 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, I'm just happy that your dad's in the lead right now. I'm so happy right now. The 76 car in the lead. Papa Jim. That's right. I'm rooting
Yeah.
for him, guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to be biased broadcaster. I'm rooting for Papa Jim.
Yeah, so I've got some slight bias, obviously, with him being my dad, but I say I also painted the car for him, so it's like I like
Well, I
seeing
kind
that
of
car
figured
do
that. I
well.
kind of figured that. I knew you. I had a feeling you did. So, but no, either way, it's going to be a good race there. So, but I'm just glad to see him up front there. But yeah, we are currently on lap 17. We've seen 2 yellows so far. We'll see how it goes. We still got just over 80 laps to go. So I don't know if these guys, the way things are shaping up, we might not have to worry about green flag pit stops.
Yeah, it just depends. Like, so you know as well as I do with a lot of our leagues that we run, and it's sometimes a little bit rough early on. Middle usually cleans up,
Oh
goes green
yeah.
for a while, and then once it comes crunch time at the end, I say business picks up and the cautions come right back out. So
Well,
you never know.
this is the thing too. There's a lot of grip. It seems like there's probably a lot of grip out there on the track, even though the set, they seems like it might be a little loose coming out, but it's always like that on fresh tires. But the track temperature is only 87 degrees. It's partly cloudy. It's not that warm out on for track conditions. So they got great conditions for a lot of grip. So sometimes guys tend to take advantage of that, maybe a little bit too far, take too much advantage of it or whatever. And I've been there. We've both been there. So these guys just once they get in the groove, I think they'll be okay. Especially some of these guys that have already used fast repairs that maybe only have one left or none left. That'll probably going to change the way they're going to race a little bit here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I mean, I helped. I was broadcasting the Tuesday race with the Indy cars at Indianapolis, and there was actually some drivers that decided to save their repairs for later in the race, even with a damaged car, because they were still able to hang on to it. And they
Smart.
decided they wanted to save that for later on in the race. So there's definitely some strategies going on for both types of cars in this league.
Well, I mean, I personally have never ran in a league where we've gotten well, except one, maybe the one that you ran, Midnight Thunder, but where we've gotten a fast repair. So I like that there's fast repairs in here. I like how it changes the strategy and the way you can race because you do have a fast repair to fall back on.
Yeah, no, it definitely helps out. I was saying that way if you
I
get
didn't
caught
mean
up in
that as
something.
a shot with fast repairs. We actually legitimately ran a series where we had fast repairs.
Yeah, we did.
Indy cars, remember? Okay, they're going green. Papa Jim in the lead here as we go into turn one, 2x2. These guys are just side by side. Hopefully, we're going to see some more three wide racing because I think you're going to see it with these fresh tires. But we'll see if that Unical 76 car is going to be able to get that momentum out of the corner into the straightaway. And so far, it looks like he might be able to pull it off.
Yeah, so 14's got a really good head of steam there. He's got a pusher right on his back bumper there. So I say it's like you said, it's like a
Both of them
Daytona right
do. They're like
now.
locked, right?
Yeah,
Looking
they
at it,
are.
both cars
67
are
and the
locked.
85 are just pushing those two in front. Oh, as the 76 makes a
Oh,
big dive in there. He runs a little
oh,
wide,
now
but he's
they're
able to
three
clear
wide, door to
himself.
door. Oh my God! Look at these guys. This
Oh,
is
but he
crazy.
lost the
This is fun
momentum,
to
and here
watch.
comes the 67 right back on the inside. He's
Three
going to try
wide
to
for the
take the
lead,
lead.
ladies and gentlemen. Three wide for the lead right here.
Yeah, so that's who's that? Levi Cox, sorry, Larry Yingling, and then Jim Brooks. Oh, it was a three, runs it
Oh, look
really
at the three
deep.
slide up there.
Oh, that was close.
Oh
This has Brandon
God.
Thomas. See, so I think they might be flat-footing it still. Some of them may
I think
not
so
be.
too. I think so too. I think a lot of these guys are flat footing it, and I think that car just it gets so tight going in the corners that just slides. Look at that three wide still right there. I mean, this is just crazy. This is insane right here.
Yeah, I say pretty much from like third on through about 10, 15th, they're about 3, 4 wide throughout the whole this round. Say they settled out a little bit now. We'll say I don't think it'll last long. So as I say that, they
No,
looking 3 wide again there entering turn one.
I can't even take a sip of my drink. I'm like, these guys are just get you right on the edge. This is crazy. Look at this for the lead right here, door to door. These guys, there's like a no room between them. You see them trying to get the side draft there. The 76 right up to the 19. The 19 is going to get that momentum, but I think going into the corner, they're pretty much going to be nose to or side to side here. Yes, they will be. And you see those two cars behind them trying to get up to their bumpers to give them that push.
Yeah, you see just that little, oh, the momentum right there. Say who's at the 33? I think it was. He got a
Second.
really good run there. Yeah, it's the 33 of Josh Cully. He's going to try to see if he can make that bottom line work.
Oh,
So
we got a wreck on the front stretch. Ah, oh, card hard into the pit wall. Tumbles back up to the track all the way to the outside wall.
have to take a look. Can you catch what car number it was there?
Let me go back and check. Hold on a second. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're all right. Let's see here. 48's okay. Looks like it might be the 87,
I think it
maybe.
was the
Oh
87.
yeah,
Oh,
87's not
yeah.
looking too good there. That was Raymond Rittenauer. I'm gonna jump back and take a look here. Oh my goodness, yeah, there's a car up in the air. Looks like Bud Steele was involved.
Yeah, 87 made hard contact with that inside pit wall right on that angle and then came tumbling back up to the track. I mean, there was nothing he can do about that. Then he gets hit again and gets airborne. That was definitely a wild wreck there. That was crazy.
Yeah, looks like just close quarter. Yeah, looks like the 6, I believe it was, and then the 80, or sorry, yeah, the 6, 87, and then the 9. Yeah, the 9. They all kind of made contact with each other, and like you said, then the 87 goes flying down into the infield here. He said hits the, oh man, he hits the inside wall hard. He comes back up on the track, like you said, upside down, flipping all over the place, and then here comes some more cars. Oh, the 07, the 98. I think the 071 actually might. Oh, he actually lands on top of the 071 car, just to kind of add insult to injury there for the poor guy. So yeah, so I'm gonna go out on a limb say he probably took a tow. I see him in the pits at the moment, so I'm thinking he probably had a tow to get back where he needs to be. Unfortunately.
Yeah, good thing these are sim cars because the hit that 87 took on the driver's side to that pit, the end of pit wall there, basically where you come off pit road, was just huge. And then just to tumble back up the track and then get hit again. I mean, that's just crazy. That was a
Yeah.
really wild wreck.
No, yeah, it's almost like adding insult to injury, really, on that front there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, he tumbled back up the track. He had nowhere to go. He's just on his lid. He had nowhere to go. And those cars that were coming, they didn't expect him to come back up the track like that. So it was just unfortunate for all those guys.
Say that caution, or let's say the caution, of course, brings back the pit service again. A little surprise here. I think I saw the 67. He's still staying out here, so he's gonna be. That's about 15, 16 laps on that run on his tires and fuel. Whereas there's a few drivers that also stayed out. Looks like Maxwell Caldwell and Matt Quick. But other than that, I think pretty much everybody else behind them is going to be again on 2 or 4 tires, so they're going to have a fair amount fresher tires and obviously a lot more fuel here to go during this run.
Yeah, I mean that is true, and there's always that strategy in hand with the fuel mileage. I mean, we're only on lap 24, so we still have a good way to go. So these guys definitely, I don't think they can make it to the end from here. So that's always something that they have to be aware of.
Yeah, exactly right. So I'll say while we have a little bit of a break while we get under yellow, say we'll take a quick break. I say give Don a chance to drink some water, and then say we'll be back definitely once we get to that one to go. All right, we are back again here at Michigan. I say lights are off on the pace car on the backstretch here, and we're gonna say see what they were able to do here. So it's gonna be interesting. It looks like the top five are on old tires, well, 8 to 10 lap older tires than those that pitted. I'll say the 67 is gonna be the one I want to watch to see what he can do with those tires.
Yeah, definitely. I did turn my mic up as high as it could go. I hope you guys can hear me better now. I'm trying. I hope we're trying here. We're trying to get through the kinks and the tweaks here so we can get everything fixed for you guys. I hope it's louder now. Yeah, I'm hoping to see that car with the new tires on it so we can see what he can do with that. Like you said, the lights are off on the pace car right now. These guys will be going green here shortly. We're going to be hitting lap. What are going to be going back green on lap 27 here, Guile?
Yep, I'll say we're 75 to go right now, so I'll say it's gonna come back to the green here with 74 to go. Green is out. So it looks like a little bit of a stack up there further back in the field, but up front though they're looking good. Say 2x2s. This time though, those leaders are able to break away from those second and third place, or those third and fourth place cars. Excuse me. That way they're not going to be getting that big push. And you can see right there, 67.94. Again, I believe they are teammates, so you can see they're going to probably try to hook up together, see if they can push. But as soon as I say that, looks like the 94 is
See,
going to try to take the lead here.
yeah, I think he's like teammates be damned. I want that lead. So he's shooting at the low side there, going into turn three. It looks like he's going to be able to get it, but got another car he's got to worry about there. The number 38 looks like he's going to try to peek down there, but I don't think he's going to have the momentum. 94 looks like he's going to be able to take the lead here on this lap, and he will be credited as the leader. But I think that might be short-lived because that 67's got a head of steam, and here he comes. Looks like he's going to be able to take that lead going into turn one.
Yeah, the one I'm watching is that 33 of Josh Collier. Say he was one of the first ones that came out on the fresh tires. Looks like he took two on that stop, so he's going to have a slightly fresher tires than these guys. So I'm sure he's going to want to try to see if he can kind of put those to use and then get that clean air and go after it here. I'm trying to see. It looks like the Levi Cox in the 14 is the first of those with four tires, and he's right behind them as well in that light blue and white car.
Oh, it looks like we had a little bit of contact between the 94 and the 67 there. Looked like a little bit of contact door to door. That 33 looks like he's kind of sitting in the catbird seat. He's just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with those guys. Looks like he's going to try to make it three wide, but it looks like the 94 kind of threw a block on him, but not quite sure. Looks like these guys might settle out just a little bit. They're still racing really close together. They're coming out of the turn.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of those ones where I was thinking maybe he tried to do like a little crossover move, get that big momentum at the top, and then cut it to the bottom. But right now he's just trying to make that top work right now, and it's working. I mean, it looks like he's going to get around the 67 here, try to grab that second position, then set his sights there on the leader in the 94.
And we've got one hell of a race for fifth place here. We got almost three wide situation. It looked like I don't know who that car was. I'm trying to catch a number. He almost went below that white line to try to make it three wide, but he decided not to. But I mean, these guys, it's basically like I said, it's key to holding the momentum coming around
Ooh.
through these corners. And these guys are trying to keep their momentum going, and that's why you're seeing these guys make all these risky moves, kind of slicing and dicing and changing lanes, because they know that if they get off the gas, they're going to lose 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 positions in one turn, in one lap. So that's why they have to, kind of keep that momentum going, which means that's going to be kind of dragging the brake as they go through the corner and not letting off the gas as much. You kind of drive goofy foot where you're driving with 2 feet and you drag the brake a little bit in the corner to kind of settle the car. But these guys are making it work right now. They're getting really,
Oh
really
man.
close, man.
Uh,
Wow, this leaders right now, they're just waiting to wreck. I don't know what's going on. I'm surprised they haven't yet.
Yeah, they're fighting hard right now for the track position here, trying to
Great
hold on to that
racing.
lead. Yeah, they're going after it. So I mean, and that's something that's so you got the older tires versus newer tires. Again, it's not a huge difference, maybe about 8 to 10 laps. It looks like Larry's held on pretty well in the 67 with his staying out. Say he's got the most with 23 laps on his run, 24 now, whereas the guys that just pitted are only at 9 laps on their tires. So I think the draft is definitely the more critical thing at the moment here. But yeah, that 94 is able to still hang on to that lead, even though the 33's got slightly fresher tires. But like you said, though, they've been fighting hard to try to see again as 33 makes that jump to the bottom here, going to try to pull that momentum by. He gets right to his door on entry here. Is going to see if he can dive it on in there into three.
It's just crazy the way they do this. They're basically like just trading positions from lap to lap. I mean, I cannot wait to see how many lead changes we're going to have at the end of this race. Every lap, the leaders are side by side. I mean, it could be anybody's race from lap to lap. It's such good racing right now. It's like you got restrictor plate racing going on right here at Michigan with the way this package is, the way this tire model is, and then just the way these guys are slinging these cars around this track. This is just really, really great racing right now.
Yeah, this has been really exciting to watch. It looks like I was gonna say it looks like they've settled a little bit. Now it's the third place car, that 38. He's gonna try to see if he can make something happen there. Let's say the 33 fell off by like maybe a car length, and they kind of opened the door for 30. It looks like he may have got a little bit loose there. He lost that momentum you were talking about. Oh, as I say, there's contact in the front. Oh
Oh, we
no!
got a wreck on the front. Same place right there on the grass. We got more cars wrecking. Got a car coming up the track. Oh, that's a big one right there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cars involved here. Say all the field's trying to slow down and not get caught up in it. Say the guys involved are trying to find their way to get moving forward again. So they're doing a pretty good job there of getting straight. And I say now you can see them all get back going again here. But yeah, that involved a bunch of cars one more time there. So gonna unfortunately be a handful of faster pairs on this one as well. There, I couldn't see where it started unfortunately, but I'm gonna try to see if
I'm
I
looking
can
right
take a
now. You got to
look.
look at the 19 and the 50 as they were coming out of this turn. They were three wide with the 85, I believe, and all three of them made contact coming out of the corner, and kind of just went from there, kind of snowballed from there. But you want to look at the Red Bull car, I believe it is. The
I'm
50,
on board
the
right now with, or
19.
not on board. I'm sorry, I'm watching the 50 right now come out of four. Yeah, it looks like it gets a little loose on exit. Kind of comes down across the nose
And
of I
then there
can't.
was more of a wreck after that.
Yeah, it's like just that whole reaction type situation. Yeah, you can see right there the 121 was in there. The one. So switch over here to the one car. So because he got caught up in it too, and then looks like that just that started bringing them back up the track. Oh, I see. And then actually the 50. Yeah, the 50 came back up after sliding through the grass there. He got caught again by the three car, I think it was, because he got hit after the fact you were mentioning. So then that knocks the 50 right back up into the track in front of all the other drivers that are trying to get through there. So unfortunately, it looks like who's he catch? He catches the 76, the 120. So I see a few more. 28's able to sneak by with minimal damage, I think, and then just from there, it's just kind of on with these other guys, just trying to find
You,
anywhere to go.
you need to check out the 19 as he slid down into the grass. He was making a beeline for those yellow barriers right at the end of the pit road, and the back of his car just barely, barely kissed them. And I would call it a save because that could have been really bad.
Yeah,
It
so
was
taking a
pretty, it
look
was pretty cool.
right now at that 19 car, as I got looking at right here. So yeah, it catches a little bit of air when he hits the grass even.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, you're
it's
right. I don't
pretty
know how
spectacular.
that yeah, anybody
It's
else he would
pretty
have got thrown
spectacular.
around in that one. That was a close
And
call
then
for
he
that
ends up
19.
still getting involved in the wreck later on down the road. But I mean, that was still that was one heck of a that it could have been really bad. That was great.
Yeah, you're right. He catches two more cars there as he just has no control through the grass unfortunately. Just
Yeah, you can't control the car through the grass, so it's not on him.
no, it's one of those like I made it. I made it. Oh, no, I didn't make
Yeah,
it.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I missed the barrels. Oh, look, two cars.
That's not. I mean,
That's just the
not what
way
you
it
wanted to
goes.
see there.
I
Yeah, as
mean,
I
I'm not making light out of it,
when
but
it's not your
I mean,
night though, it may not be your
yeah,
night.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so as I looks as I'm waiting for everything to cycle through here, I think the 121 right now is showing up front at the moment. Oh, I think he's gonna do a wave around here. So I think he's last car on the lead lap as things sit. As well as the 071. So I think you're going to see those two guys take a
Yeah, I
wave
believe you're
around
right.
here. And I think also Raymond Rittenauer in the 87. He was two laps down. He's going to try to get back to the one lap down here once they hit the one to go. So it looks like the 16 here. Yeah, it looks like the 16 of Rachel Hunt is going to be shown as our leader. They did not make a pit stop there on that caution though, so they'll have about 10 laps older tires than those around. But I mean, we saw already with
But we saw, yeah,
tires don't mean everything right
they
now.
don't
Just as
really.
fast as these cars are.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's like I said, this race is pretty much like a restrictor plate race. The tire wear is minimal. These guys are the momentum is everything. You have to carry the momentum through the corners. There's a draft obviously into effect. We're seeing that. We're seeing guys like dip up high, get in line, and they're able to pass a guy that's down low if they're all lined up. I mean, we're seeing that. It's basically we're basically watching a restrictor plate race with no restrictor plates.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So I was looking at the back of that 16. It's a really nice paint scheme. I was noticing. I looked at the back of it. I was like, if you look at the back left corner of the left rear bumper there, see that Raging Cajun sticker on there. So I think that's a John Mustian paint scheme over there.
Oh
So pretty
yeah,
cool to see one of his paint schemes
yeah.
on in the lead right now over here at Area 51. So he obviously does a lot of work for leagues more than just our own that we've run in other places. So say
Yeah,
cool to
shout
see
out to
that.
Mr. John Mustang there, John Mustian. Yeah, me and Guy, I'll know him from other leagues that we've raced in with him and everything else. He's a hell of a
And
painter.
announced with them
And
and
yeah, he's a great announcer too. Fantastic announcer. He does a great job in the booth. But yeah, shout out to John and all the paint schemes that he does and all the different work he does for the sim racing community.
say it looks like Rachel's went ahead and actually decided to pit there.
Yeah, I'm noticing that right
So
now.
may have just been one of those get a lap lead here, and then maybe again maybe some pit strategy too, or you know what I can maybe make it here from one stop kind of a thing.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
So
Especially if you're in the back there, you maybe have a chance to avoid some of the mess up there.
So it looks like I'm not sure if it's going to be Levi Cox or Josh Coley. They're going to be the front row though, so I don't know if maybe Josh may have chose the top side.
Yeah, he might have.
So I'll say we'll just,
Yeah,
I'm
he
not sure
might
which of the
have.
two have the lead. However, I mean, again, in this league you do go on green, so
Yeah.
um, it's going to be honestly the more critical is going to be which of those two behind the 67 or the 94 get that better push to the that front row car.
I wish we could see who would use their fast repairs and who hasn't, because I'd be really curious to know that.
That's a really good thought. I wonder if there's a way we can do that for future
I don't
races.
know.
I'll
We
have
have
to
to.
research this.
We gotta research that because there might be a way for us to be able to do that, and we can because that'd be really interesting to see that while we're race why this is going on.
Yeah, as I say, I say you've got a 43 car field here. It's kind of hard to keep track of all of them
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. 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 Individually, yeah, but these guys are gonna be going green here.
Yeah, so I can put it back in the hands of the 14 and the 33. And then you got those teammates Maxwell and Larry in row two. So once the green flag drops here, we're gonna see if they're able to kind of hook bumpers like they were in the two restarts ago. And looks like looks like 67's got a really good push from the three. He's gonna give that shot right to the 14. And I think that's gonna give the advantage right there to this bottom line here as they enter turn one.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's going to be where the momentum really is here early on. But looks like, oh yeah, looks like that 14. He's just going to go up into that high line after he gets pushed up there, and the 33 is going to lock right onto his bumper there and push him into turn three.
Yeah, and that's it, like you said. I mean, you just got to try to go where the push is. And saying you saw that 67, he had a good run there from the three on the backstretch. So the 14 tried to drop to the bottom there, make sure he could hang on to his spot there. But as I say that, they're starting to fan out again as they get through the trial over here. Say first, second, say you got the 33 and the 94 locked bumpers here as they enter turn one. So say their business has not stopped yet. They're still full tilt right now.
Oh yeah, their business is turned up. If anything, I mean, these guys are getting ready to reach halfway. You can see these guys just the side draft that they're trying to get here, the 14 and the 33. I mean, they get so close to each other, it's insane. And then you can see these top four here; they're just locked bumper to bumper, just drafting down that backstretch into the corner. And oh, you see the 14 kind of change lanes there a little bit, slide up the track. That was really close.
Yeah, so that's where you got to be careful. I say it seems like it's you can just about get away with going full tilt, but just it isn't quite there where they might need it to be. So I'm gonna ride on board here the on the left rear of the 33 of Josh Coley, try to see what he can see, which is right now is just basically a bumper full of 94. While it looks like they're gonna take it three wide here off of. Oh, as I say, they contact.
Oh,
Oh, all the
big
front
wreck.
leaders here.
Oh, and the
This
67. I don't think he really hit anything. Oh my gosh.
I say waiting for everything
I
to cycle through here, but man, yeah, there's for
I
that.
don't think the 67 hit really much of anything. He just kind of slid through that whole field.
Yeah, I'm taking a look right now at his car,
Oh
and
no, he hit the outside wall a little bit, but
he looks pretty clean though from where I'm looking at. So I'm trying to see who else was.
oh no, he got tagged again. I'm
Oh, he's
wrong.
he's got a
Don't
little
listen
bit
to
of rear
me.
damage, yeah.
Yeah, don't
But
listen to me. I'm
that might be one of those ones that's just worth hanging on to that and just get some regular damage repair and save that
oh
fast repair for later on
yeah.
here.
Man, that's too bad. That was just such good racing there too. It's just yeah, the 94 just hooked the 67 and then hit the 33 and it just kind of yeah, dominoed from there.
Yeah, trying to find a good angle here to take a look. Cause we're gonna look at it from here from up top, because I say it's all been going so quick, it's hard to see.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like.
It happened so fast.
Oh man, it's just a little accordion effect. One hooked the other one, which hooked the other, and then hooked the third one. So they all just kind of hooked onto each other. I think the 33, if anybody, may have gotten away with it pretty well. I'll say I see a handful of. It looks like for the most part, most of the drivers were able to get through that pretty well. I think the 38 caught. Yeah, he caught some good damage from that. He had some motor damage. I saw correctly on his car. Say the 32 is in there. Who was that one? The 14's got a lot of damage as well. Actually, I think it's the 14 that had the motor damage. Um, and I think the 33 may have been able to sneak away with just. No, he's got some left rear damage as well. I'm wrong on that one as well. So, yeah, definitely a fair bit of damage. Some of these guys, I'd say, looks like going to have a lot of guys entering the pits here again. Obviously, some damage repair to be done for a fair amount of these cars. And again, strategy However, say this could be perfect for, I think Raymond Rittenauer might be getting the free pass here, and that'll put him back on the lead lap again after being 2 laps
Oh, that
down
is,
just under that
yeah.
previous caution.
2 laps down to come back to get on the lead lap. I mean, he's definitely. I mean, he did probably didn't. Nobody wants to see the yellows or anything, but he definitely is going to take advantage of it if he can get back on the lead lap there.
Yes, I'm watching him right now. It looks like he is working on kind of going around here slowly on the top, making sure that he can get around safely. And yeah, he's coming on by the pace car, and that's going to put that 87 back on the lead lap. I say just what I think 2 cautions after being involved in that earlier wreck, which where we had to take that tow. So really good, just good luck for the 87. Now he can kind
Yeah,
of get back into contention here
definitely.
and see what he can make happen. And then for on the strategy wise, it looks like the 94 has decided to stay out here and go with the track position. So, say while they're riding around under yellow here, let's take a quick break here. I say we'll definitely get back here on the one to go. All right, and we are back again. And so you got the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell, who is going to lead the way here in the restart, and then Gabe Butler is in the second position. Third is Robert Richards. Fourth is Charles Johnson, and in fifth is Tommy Labar. So, say a few of those. Actually, it looks like the top 5 all stayed out, and then from sixth on back pitted for again kind of the mixture between 2 tires, 4 tires. So, doesn't look like that's too much critical. I think that's gonna the critical part's gonna be the fuel to see how many stops you can make on fuel. But say it looks like I'm not sure if we're officially on the. Oh, okay, so I saw delayed green, so I wasn't sure if we were going one to go, but looks like the pace car is off here. So we're gonna be going back to green once the flagman throws it.
There we go.
So pretty even start there. So you can see they didn't hook up nearly as well as before, although the 20 and the 13 are getting hooked up really well. That's going to push them back to the 1. And so you got that 13 car, I believe it is. Kind of looked like you wanted to take a peek inside the 94, but
I'm surprised that high line didn't gather as much momentum as they looked like they were going to do. The 94 was able to get that run on the high side and be able to jump up, or on the low side and able to jump up high. See the 1 getting right up on his bumper, locking in with him going into turn 3.
yeah, saying that 12 got a really good run off of 2 as he washes
Oh,
up. He's okay. It looks like he got out of it to make sure he didn't hit anybody, but man, that was close right there.
that was really close. I thought that was going to be disastrous for those guys right there, but they gathered it up. They're 3 wide back there for, looks like, 4th, 5th, and 6th place. And still, right now, your leader is the 94, and he's all by himself right now. Maybe he'll be able to get a little bit of a gap between him and the guys behind him. But even if he does, I think those guys are still going to swallow him up because they're going to have that draft, and he's kind of by himself. You can see that 1 car already starting to catch up to the 94 there.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Like you might be able to sneak away for a little bit, but just as big as this draft is here, just they're gonna come catch you real fast. However, those two have been able to break away a little bit from third and fourth there as they're battling side by side. So if they play their cards right, which it looks like they are thinking of that right now, as you can see that one is just pushing the 94 there down the tri-oval. They might be able to sneak away here and try to see if they can stay away from all the craziness that's been going on in the back of the 2 and 3 wide, like we've seen earlier.
I think the key here is these guys need to lock bumpers and just stay nose to tail. They need to not race side by side. They need to let those guys back there continue to run side by side, continue to change lanes, do what they're doing back there. If these 2 leaders just stay nose to tail, they just stay the same line. They can break away from this pack. I know they could.
Yeah, so it looks like
I
that's
mean,
kind
they're
of the
already doing it
thought.
now.
Yeah,
They're
so
already
that's
doing
kind
it
of the
now.
thought that I had too, and you can see right here. So I'm on the rear bumper of that 94 car. Let's say the one didn't get as big of a run as he was probably hoping to there off of turns 4, but when he's been getting to the back of that 94, he's just staying right behind them, trying to give him a little bit of bump where he can. And you've seen, I mean, they do have a couple tenth of a second gap between that third place car, the 19, it looks like, of Donald Sadusky. So I think the strategy's it's working right now. It looks like people have really started to single file out here. Say they've got a couple laps where it's been able to kind of settle in a little bit here. Um, but yeah, so say it looks like the 94 though and the 1 are definitely working really well here together, trying to see if they can kind of keep things between them at the moment as things run.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Those 2 guys back there that are catching them, they figured it out. They said, well, we need to run nose to tail too so we can catch up. And what's going to happen is those guys are going to catch up, or at least the third place car did, and they're going to all gather back up again, and you're going to have more than 2 cars fighting, and you're going to see side by side all again.
Yeah, like I said, 19 is right there again. I say that was the car that actually went through and almost hit that pit wall. I think he used one of those faster pairs we mentioned earlier. Saying he's right back in the thick of it here, going to try to see running third now and trying to see if he can fight his way back up into the front here. But yeah, you still see that 94 and the 1 though. They're pretty much locked bumpers here as they go through turns 1 and 2 and down the tri-oval.
Yeah, right now these top 3 right now, they able to kind of keep the distance and break away. So far, I mean, I figured these guys would like, especially with the 19 catching up, that these guys would maybe go side by side and start getting racy. But well, as I say, that the 19 did dive below the 1 there, so I think that's going to make all these guys behind catch up again.
Yeah, it's
If
like,
they
oh, they're
just
staying side by side. Oh, what's that? Hold on, let
if
me
they
make a pass
yeah,
here.
they're yeah, exactly. If
Yep,
they
here
just
comes the
stayed in single
13.
file, exactly. If they would have just stayed single file, I think they would have been able to break away from that pack. But it looks like this pack is going to be able to catch up again to these leaders.
Yeah, I think the temptation is just too great. You say the way these things draft so well, it's like, well, there's no way I'm slowing down so much. I must be faster than them.
Yep.
And then yeah, once you get your nose in that clean air, it's just like you hit a wall.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, you can see right now. Look, they getting all that momentum. The 13 pushing that 1. I mean, he was damn near pushing them right up there to the lead there. You can get so much momentum if you get 2 cars just locked together. They can break away, but I think that, like you said, the temptation is just too great. You get that momentum. You want to make that pass. You want to dive down the bottom so you can get by that guy, and it just it never works out.
Yeah, and this is also one of those tracks where there is a preferred groove. I'll say you don't probably want to run all the way to the white line. It seems like that first seam is kind of where the momentum is. Oh, as I saw the 3 car bounced off the wall a little bit. He's able to hang on to it there. Looks like no
3
caution's going to
wide
come
back there.
out. Yes.
Ooh, settled it out.
Yeah, it looks like cut the wall a little bit off of turn 2, but he's able to keep it straight, and everybody else is able to get around him. So a really good save by him. Good heads up driving by those around him. So I say keeping it clean, still going forward here, staying under green.
Yeah, so far so good. We're past halfway. These guys are still nothing's really changed up front. You're seeing the same thing. Still got the 94 up front. These guys are still battling side by side. They were breaking away for a little bit, but the pack caught back up to them, and we're back to the side by side racing. Not quite as intense as we were before. Not so much the three wide action. The field has spread out quite a bit here, so these guys have maybe cooler heads have prevailed a little bit for tonight. I don't want to say because I'll probably jinx it, but we got some really good racing going on right now, and these guys aren't beating doors quite yet. But you see again on the high line that one is getting that big push from behind, but he can't quite get all the way up there to the 94 to be able to make the pass.
Yeah, so I wonder if maybe there was a little of the powers that be had a chat with the drivers here, going and try to be like, hey, you guys, how about we take it easy here? We weren't even halfway yet, so it looks like they might
Do you
be
think
taking
they
it
got a
easy.
talking to?
Yeah, I think they may have had
Might have had a talking to.
dad may have had to put his foot down a little bit with them. So
It
we'll see.
definitely, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I don't. We'll see how many laps that lasts for.
Exactly. As I say
After
that, they're looking at 3 wide right here with the
exactly.
13.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. Three
Uh,
wide for second place.
tight between the
Wow,
19 and
so
the
close.
1.
You can see that the car on the high side thought better of it, but now no, he's gonna stick his nose right in there again. Three wide almost
Wow.
again. Some great moves going on right here, man.
That
These
was
guys are going
really
from up
tight
high to
racing
down
there.
low. Wow.
Yeah, that was Ryan Kelly in the 13. Made that that over under move in a way. As he says, he enters 3. It just seems like on the inside, it wants to push a little bit, so the momentum is really towards that top. And so that's where you see the big run. It
Little bit
looks
of
like the
contact
touch.
there.
Yeah, 19 and 13 may have made a little bit of contact. 19's got a big run here on the 94. He's going to try to make this
Huge
topside
run.
work here, see if
He's
he can
got
get the
that one
lead.
car pushing him, and we've seen that one car be fast all night going into these corners.
Yeah, we're talking about how everybody's minding their manners and everything, and then so they had to prove us wrong.
I didn't want to say anything because I was going to jinx it. Right now, we can see a fight for the lead. And the 94 and the 19. The 19 is looking low on him going into turn 3. He doesn't quite have the momentum, doesn't really have any help too much from behind, but looks like he might get that momentum and get that side draft and be able to. Oh, God, I thought they were going to touch and be able to get that. But no, he is not going to make it back to the line in time. It's going to be the 94, still the leader.
Yeah,
the
the
19's
94's
going to have
got
to back
a
up
big
a
push
little
from
bit to
the
that.
13 here.
Yeah, that 19's going to have to back up a little bit to the guy behind him to be able to gather back up and get another run.
Yeah, 13 pretty much pushed the 94 right back to the lead. Oh, 19 tried to see if he can clear himself off too. 13 was still there. Saying I noticed also coming back into the frame was the 6 of Bud Steele, the pole sitter of the race. He kind of started up front, then I think probably just fell back, decided to bide his time, and then now he's kind of thinking now it's time to start get the pedal down a little bit more here. So I say definitely seeing
I
that.
need to start saying drivers' names, not just the numbers. These
Oh,
guys
that's
want to hear
okay.
their names. So, but no, these guys want to hear their names. I know when I'm watching a broadcast, I want to hear the names. So, yeah, I mean, look, Ryan Kelly is that 13 car. He's been really making some moves. He's been going from the high side to the low side. I've been noticing that when he gets the push, he's able to find a place to put his car to take advantage of that momentum, and it's put him in the position where he's at right now. I mean, he's got a really good shot to be able to take this lead from this 94 if he can get some help from that one behind him, who's Gabe Butler. Yeah,
Yep, Gabe Butler. Yep. Yeah, you're right. I feel like I'm not sure if the 1 and the 94 they may or may not be working it together. I'm not 100% sure. It seems like obviously earlier they were working really well together, but that just may have been kind of just circumstances kind of put them into that position there. But you see right here, the 13 gets the run entering 1 and 2. He's trying to see if he can maybe stay to the door of the 94, but can't quite do. But I think he's going to try to do that over-under we talked about where he gets that really big run. Oh, he's actually going to jump back to the top here. Looks like he actually caught the 94 a little bit by surprise there. And there's the one you talked about. He's coming to the back bumper of the 13 here as they go down the backstretch.
Yeah, Gabe Butler's going to try to push that 13 of Ryan Kelly past that 94, and he's got the momentum. You can see the 13 coming down a little bit, trying to get that side draft. He's going to try to hope that 1 can get back to his bumper, but right now he is going to be credited with leading this lap here. Mr. Ryan Kelly in the 13 car, your new leader, and you can see the number 1 getting right up on his bumper as they go into turn 1.
Yeah, couldn't quite clear him there on entry this say, but I think as long as the 94 can't clear him there off of 2, he's going to get that big run that we talked about, and he's going to probably be able to maybe even make that run off of into 3 here with the lead. But as I say, that the 19's got a really good run here, and he's pushing that 94 car, so they're back 2 by 2 here, entering turn 3, and the 94 is able to send it into turn 3 there and hang on to the lead.
Yeah, he had a hell of a push by Sadusky there in the 19, and
Oh,
you can see Sadusky. Oh, he dives down to the inside. He says, "I don't want to push anymore. I want to pass you." So he's going to make it 3 wide as they're going down the front stretch. They're going to go into turn 1, 3 wide. We're going to have to see how this pans out. Our pole
oh,
sitter,
it's
Bud
close.
Steele, on the 6 on the outside. He makes contact with the 94.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a hip check there. They just didn't. I don't think they realized how tight they were with each other. Looks like he hung on to it pretty well there. So I think, in all things considered, I think he's going to be all right here. Maybe has a little bit of left side damage, but I think as a whole he's going to be doing all right though. So he's still running that very very top side. Trying to take a look. Car looks
Yeah,
pretty clean still.
he kind of got pushed up there and had to gather the car back. Just lost him a ton of positions. Bud Steele, our pole sitter, but back up front, still Ryan Kelly, number 13, our leader, and Gabe Butler, to number 1, right there on his bumper.
Oh yeah, and almost gave him a little bit of a nudge there. Oh, as I say that, the 19 and the what was that? The 19 and the 60. No, sorry, the 19 and the 94 were right on each other's doors there in turns 1 and 2 there, and I thought they were going to make contact, kind of like what happened there with Bud Steele earlier.
Yeah, and you can see that's the key here is that momentum. You would get locked up with somebody else and being able to trust that guy behind you is going to be able to push you because you don't. That's another thing. You don't want this guy to push you so deep into the corner that he kind of just pushes you up the track too. So you got to be really careful with that draft.
Yeah, exactly right. And it looks like right now, pretty much they're trying to make the top line work now. Say that 13 or sorry, the 19 of Donald Sadusky is kind of off on his own. Oh, as I say that, oh, he gets into the back of the one. See if he might be able to hang on to it. Looks like they're able to keep it
Wow!
straight. Really, really good save there behind the one of
Wow!
Gabe Butler. That was a really nice save there.
That was an incredible save there by Gabe Butler, and great heads-up racing by the whole field. I mean, a lot of these guys just checked up, gathered it up, gave each other room. I mean, that was close. I can't even believe that was what a save. That was such a good save.
I'll say so. That's actually really let the 13 here sneak away. We'll see how long he's able to kind of take advantage of the clean air, because you can see right now he's got about almost a full second lead now over that 13. Over the 19 of Donald Sadusky. So I mean, obviously he's going to have a lot of help coming back behind him with the 19. So we'll just see if they're able to catch back up. But at the same time, I mean, we've got about 20 laps of a green
Oh,
flag
we got some
run.
contact going back there. Look at that. And for third, we got a car down on the apron after that contact. It was in third place, I think it was back. And look, he's going down in pit road now, whoever that was.
Is that the one? Oh, that was the one of Gabe Butler actually.
Yeah, yeah, it was Gabe.
So I wonder if this may. He is at around 30 or so laps on fuel, so this could be a planned
It
stop
could
here.
it could have been a planned, unplanned kind of stop there. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
contact with the leaders there. Uh, Cadwell got in the back of the 19 there, and wow, I thought they were going to wreck for a second there.
yeah. So I just switched him just a little bit too late. Couldn't quite catch what happened, but you're right though. Right now he is on the back bumper of that
Sorry, not
19
our
car.
leaders, second and third. My bad.
But you're right though. They are pushing each other really hard right now. They might be trying to. The 94 might be trying to just push as hard as he can and try to get back up to that 13. And like we talked about too, maybe separate themselves from that group behind them with, I think that's the Brendan and Clark in the 85. So they've got
The
a
one
couple tenths. So I think that
one
one,
exit in pit road.
yeah, say the one just leaving the pits here. Say so he
Kelly's
will be a
got
lap down.
Yeah, Kelly. I'm not sure if this big lead he's got is going to be good or bad for him because I mean he's by himself out there. He doesn't have to worry about anybody else. Obviously, he can run whatever he wants. He's got clean air. I mean, he's good to go. If these guys, if you get maybe 3 guys that decide to line up, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to catch him or not. I'm not really. I'm not watching the interval
So I'm
enough
looking
to
at the
see if the
lap
field is watching them.
times. I'm waiting for them to cycle through right now. He's actually running. He's running faster laps than those guys behind him right
It
now.
kind of looked like it. I kind of thought maybe he was. So by himself there in clean air, where him just able to, you know what it is? It's more because he's able to run a stable line around the
Yep.
track. He doesn't have to change lanes. He doesn't have to move the wheel all over the place. And yeah, it looks cool on the track. It looks good for racing. but it's not the fast way around the track. Right now, he's got that clean air. He's got the exact line he wants. He's got minimal movement on his steering wheel, which means his car is going to be the fastest car out there right now. So you're exactly right. I didn't think about that. I figured maybe those guys with the draft, but him being out there on this track, I mean, this is not a restrictor plate track, so him being out there in that clean air is probably the best place for him.
Yeah, say now that the tires have worn, I say that kind of evens the playing field a
Definitely.
little bit, and so I think you're right. I think I say I'm looking at last time by they ran about identical laps, but he's stretched it to now about a 2 second lead. When he first was able to break away from those guys, it was about a second. So right now he's just rooting for this to stay green as long as possible because this is what he wants to see. This is great news for him right
Hey,
now.
Gael, what lap are we on?
I'm not allowed to say here.
70. We're on lap 70.
Oh, that's right. We are on lap 70.
Look
And
at
so, yeah,
that.
so we're saying we've got 31 to go here. Looks like starting to see some pit stops here. I'm thinking what might be. I'm curious to see, like, we talked about the fuel window. If it is in that 30 lap window range, we might start to see some green flag stops shortly. But
Definitely.
but it's definitely getting a little dicey up front here again. So it might be one of those things where people might be a little bit afraid to kind of pit in the middle of the sequence here just because you don't want to get trapped a lap down. Because
True.
as right now that was at the 83 and the
He's coming
85,
down
they're
pit
running
road.
really close together.
Somebody's coming about two
Oh,
cars coming down pit road.
yep, I see the 117, the 19. Let's take a look who those are. So you get the 117 of Mitchell Wilkes, the 19 we've mentioned previously of Donald Sadusky. Let's see, the 76 of Jim Brooks is in as well. So yeah, these are got to be definitely scheduled stops here. Looking at lap times still with the leaders, yeah, Ryan Kelly still holding station with his about 2 second lead over second and third. Right now it's Jack Walls in the 83, and then the 85. As I said, they're really close together there,
Yeah, they are.
and then the
He's right
85
there
of
on his
Brandon
fender.
Clark. Up, I saw another one
You
just
got
dive
more cars
down.
pitting. You got three guys pitting, it looks like.
Yeah, looks like Zach Borman, Bud Steele, and Robert Richards are the three that just entered the pits here. I think also the 111 of Mark Brown. So you can see some of the cars now coming out of the pit. So it looks like you go just about almost exactly a lap down when you pit here. So it's gonna
So
be
I'm
really
curious to
critical.
when's the last time Ryan Kelly pitted?
He pitted right now. The top three are actually on the same tire strategy for are on fuel and everything. They've run 30 laps. The one who's still surprisingly out there running is Maxwell Caldwell on 94. He's got 37 laps since he last pitted, so he should be coming in pretty soon here in that 37 machine. Or I'm sorry, the 94 machine. And I think, as I say that, I think he's in the pits now, which he is. He's got a couple guys with him here. Let's see, Charles Johnson and Ken Worley, I believe, are in the pits with him as well.
So you're going to see a lot of green flag pit stops here. We haven't seen these tonight. We'll have to see how this plays out after everything cycles through. Leader is still yet he hasn't pitted yet. Ryan Kelly, number 13 car, still out there in the lead.
Yeah,
Due to
if I
hopefully see his pit stop here soon, I would think.
if I'm him though, honestly, I stretch it as far as I can
Yeah, me too.
because you've got that gap. They're not catching you right now with them being all lined up with the 83 and the 85 and such. They're kind of still having to battle out. As I say that, they're three wide at the 83, the 85, and the 67. They're all nose to tail. It's like that 14 pushing the 67. They're entering turn one. Oh, the 33 is trying to make a hole here. So trying to think. I think the 33 may have pitted already. Yeah, so 33 is trying to take advantage of his fresh tires here. That's Josh Cully. And that's where things get really dicey. And it's even more reason for the 13 to stay out right now because it's too easy for someone to get involved in a wreck here with new tires versus old.
That's the thing. You got a lot of guys out here. The speed difference between new tires and old tires is huge, and actually the car control between new tires and old tires is huge. So the guys that have new tires, they can put their car pretty much anywhere on the track. The guys that have old tires, they're slipping and sliding everywhere. So it's a combination. You got all these guys packed together, and you're right. Our leader is right where he wants to be. He's in that clean air. He's got no one around him. He needs to take advantage of that for as long as he possibly can and just kind of run this tank dry, and hit it the last possible lap.
Yes, and actually he decided this was it for him. So he is in the pits right now. Looks like he hit his marks really well there in the 13. So it's going to hand the lead over to, I believe, Brandon Clark in the 85. As I
It
say
was right
that,
in the mix.
in the middle of a three wide there, you see Jim Brooks getting his lap back. He got the one trying to get his lap back as well. Of Gabe Butler, who's involved in that earlier kind of incident, which turned into a pit stop. But then you also have Larry Yingling in the 67. He's actually for position, trying to see if he can take that lead. But you just see all these cars,
And
new tires, old tires. They're just all jockeying for position right now. But right now, at the moment, I believe actually, I think the 67 may have just taken over the lead here from the 85.
and Ryan Kelly is going to come out right in front of all these guys in 11th place. It looks like he's still going to be on the lead lap. So
And that's
we'll have to see
perfect.
how it. Yeah, we'll have to see how it kind of cycles around. We'll have to go back and check if these guys, go green the rest of the way. There's a good chance Ryan Kelly could have just put himself in an excellent position to be in a really good place to win this race at the end here because he'll have clean air. It looks like he has no one around him. He's got fresh tires. The leaders are battling back
Oh, as
there
I said,
behind
there's
him.
trouble.
So, oh, now we got a caution. No,
Yeah, the
nope,
28,
we
yeah,
have a
caution's
caution.
out. As I said, the 28 was involved. The
Okay, now
14. Nope,
do
not the
you
14.
pit?
Sorry.
Do you pit if you're Ryan Kelly, or do you stay out?
I think you
You
stay
have to
out.
stay
I
out.
don't
You
think
got
the
to stay
tires
out,
matter
right?
enough. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of wave arounds right here. Um, so yeah, I think unless you're one of the ones that are going to be in the back on the tail end of, or not, sorry, yeah, if you're one of the last ones on the lead lap still without needing the wave around, I think for sure you can pit. But I think right now I'm waiting to see everything cycle through, see who picks up the pace car. Ryan Kelly's going around the pace car right now. Who's going to be the leader? I think it's going to be the 67 of
I'm
Larry
showing it as
Yingling.
yeah, I'm showing it as Yingling is the leader right now, but we'll wait for these guys to cycle around still, and we'll see where they end up.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure
going
some of
to
these guys are going
take
to
a
pit.
look.
We'll get wave arounds. We'll see how everything cycles out here.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look here, see what happened there. Looks like it was the 28 and the 12. I say again, it's just new tires, old tires. Just everybody really just jockeying for position here. So I think the 28 just yeah he gets into the back of the 12 car a little bit, and see that kind of sends the 12 into the into the 14. Then the 28 starts going around. I think the looks like some of these guys are able to save it, and then the 32 just nowhere to go, hits right in the driver's side door of the 28. That kind of pushes them up the rest of the way into the wall. So yeah, just bad luck there, unfortunately for him. So trying to catch what car number that 32 actually is. Oh, as he comes across the track, 83 just squeaks by there. So I say it looks like it's pretty much a two-car incident after all was said and done on that one. So let's say we'll
Yeah,
wait for the pits to cycle through here and see who ends up where.
yeah, because our leader Yingling
He's
went down pit
in.
road, so yeah.
Looks like Ryan Kelly is doing what we thought he would. He is going to stay out here. He'll take over the lead here with. I say we're going to restart with just under 20 to go. Right now we're on lap 79 of 100. So I think I'm going to let this cycle through a little bit. Looks like the one of Gabe Butler was probably the lucky dog. I see him kind of coming around, so it's good. So it works out pretty well for him as well there. And it looks like I think the 13 and then the 98s were the only two cars not to pit. So you've got Roy Wheeler and Ryan Kelly were the two that did not pit there. Or actually, you know what? I think Roy Wheeler had pitted. He just was the first one out on the pits. So really good stop there for that 98 car of Roy Wheeler. So that's going to put him in the second position. And so I'm going to let the rest cycle through because I'm not 100% sure where everybody else is at, though. And there
Yeah,
will
we'll just
be
let
a
them go.
lot of wave rounds.
Yes, I was just gonna say there's gonna be a lot of wave arounds, so we just gotta wait for these all these cars to cycle past start finish line, and we'll be able to give you guys an accurate rundown here and how many cars are on the lead lap and who is where. But we
Yeah,
were talking about earlier about Ryan Kelly. Right now, I'm seeing him in fifth,
yeah,
so we'll
I
have to see
think that's going
how
to
that
update
works
as these
out.
cycles around.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I think you're going to see 17th position from the 7 of David Adamson all the way down to the 36th position of Cody Cox. Those are going to be the drivers, I believe, that are going to take a wave round. Looks like some are actually pitting here,
Yep,
so they'll
you're
be
right.
one down. But there's going to be about 10, at least 10, almost 15 cars here are going to do the wave around here once we get that one to go next time by. So they're going to have to make sure that they get around quick so that way they can get back
Yeah.
to the end of the field, get lined up. And then the other thing is obviously the wave rounds, they have to restart single file.
Oh,
So
that's
somebody
right.
like
Yeah.
Michael Spell in the 88, he's going to be at the tail end of that group getting the wave around
He's
here.
really got to hustle.
He's got to make sure, yeah, and then he's got to hope for just a good start because when you're single file like that, you don't really have the benefit of the draft like some of the others
You
do.
don't. You really don't.
So
It's going
yeah,
to actually kind of spread this field out here already from the get-go from
yeah,
the
it
start.
really is. So it looks like Ryan Kelly's the only one that decided to stay out there. And again, he's only got about 5 or so laps on his tires, let's say. So he's going to be fine. I say honestly, he might be a little lighter on fuel, which I honestly don't know. That could be a benefit. And then from second on back, everybody else just pitted under that most recent yellow. So you've got yeah Ryan Kelly. Actually, let me pull up the top five here. It'd be even a better way to do it. You've got Ryan Kelly, Larry Yingling, Roy Wheeler, Levi Cox, and Dwight Plesh are the top five as things run at the moment. So
Yeah, this should be. I mean, I'm curious to see. I mean, Ryan Kelly now where he's at. This should be end up being a pretty good one. See if he can stretch that lead out again. I mean, we saw what happened when he was in clean air.
yeah, I'm curious to see what he can do, like you mentioned, because I mean, obviously, once he got that gap where they weren't able to grab his toe, I think that definitely helped him out a little bit. As I mentioned, oh, as I said, though, it looks like Roy Wheeler's going to jump in the pits here. Kind of surprised to see that, to be honest, because he's going to actually, I think, at this point. Well, no, he won't be behind all the wave around cars. And as I say that, here they go. Here comes all the wave around cars jumping by the pace car. Say the seven's
The
kind of leading
race
the
to get
pack.
back. The race to get back to the end of the field.
Exactly. I was saying, looks like the 88's just passing the pace car now as they get through the middle of 1 and 2. So, say luckily it's a fast track. They can, as long as everybody actually stays in it here, they'll be able to get back to the front. So yeah, it's going to put it back up front here with the 13 of Ryan Kelly, and then Larry Yingling in second, Levi Cox third, Dwight Plush fourth, and then Matt Quick now is going to be up into the fifth position. I'm saying as I'm watching, the leaders are all kind of set up here in the backstretch, just about to get to turn three. You still got some of the back of that field there working their way through the start-finish line, so I think they'll catch them, but it's going to be kind of just pretty much get there,
It's going
slow
to be tight.
down, and then get right back on it again.
It's definitely going to be tight back there for these guys when they get back to green.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay. Looks like they're going to be all right. I say they're not too far away from the leaders now, as long as they get slowed down. So yeah, so we're gonna see what happens here. Say Ryan Kelly's obviously led a good
19
chunk
laps,
of this
right?
one.
18.
Yeah, we're gonna restart with 19 to go. Say we're at 20 to go at the moment. I'll say pace car is off, and then we're gonna see once the green flag flies. I'll say they're gonna get back at it here, and I'll say everybody's gonna be bundled up again. So I say it's gonna probably start being pretty aggressive right off the get go here.
Yeah, these guys are not going to play around. They got fresh rubber right now. The closing laps, less than 20 to go. Yellow already. What
Oh,
happened?
I'm
Back and
betting.
back.
Yeah, I'm trying to take a look
Oh,
here. Looks like
I
zero
bet you those guys
seven.
catching up.
That's what I'm thinking as well. It looks like the 0798 were involved. Let's take a look over here. Let's get to the 98. Oh, yeah, 98's definitely missing some. I'll say that's unfortunate because he had just pitted, or he was up front and he decided to pit again. So I wonder if something just may have put him there and a little bit further back here. It looks like, yeah, I was right on the start. Let's go back to the 98 here. Let's zoom out a little bit, see what we can find out here. Oh, yeah, it's actually a little further up.
I was above. It was in front of him. He had nowhere to go.
Oh, it looks like
He
the
T-boned the 28.
28. Yes, and I think the 28 may have been a connection-related issue because he kind of, unfortunately, he's kind of been disappearing here and there. I think it was the 121 that was catching up behind him. Yeah, it was. Let's take a look, see what we can
I
see
do
here.
think it was a connection issue because I'm seeing him.
Oh, yeah, he just gets in the
Yeah,
left
on the
rear.
start. On the start, I think he blanked out and then appeared ahead of everybody or something, and I think it just kind
Yeah.
of caused some chaos there.
Yeah, so then the 98 got caught up in that one as well, and I thought I saw the 07 was in there also. Oh, yeah, he got a bump
Ah,
from behind from the 00.
that's too
Oh,
bad.
right into the back of the 98 and to the inside wall. So that's
That
just
is
yeah,
too
that's just
bad.
bad luck, unfortunately.
Damn, that really.
Say that looks like that may have been the end of the night for the 07. That was Dale Willoughby, unfortunately. So that looks like that may have ended his evening though on that incident. And saying speaking of, I think we have 6 cars. I'm gonna wait for everything to cycle through. It looks like we got some more pit stops going on though. So let's say try to see who's so actually that works really. I'll say fortunately, unfortunately, I'll say that was a really good deal there for the wave around cars because now they can get tires, get right back on cycle with the leaders, and then go after it here. So So we'll have to wait and see how all this part pans out there. I'm trying to take a look if the 98 was able to stay on the lead lap or not. I saw him just right now jump around the pace car. See, I think he
I
may
think he
have.
might have.
Or is he still? I'll have to wait for everything to update because say my ticker's
Yeah.
it's
Right
all
now
over
it
the place
shows.
right now.
Right now it shows him for me on the. He's the last car in the lead lap, but I'm waiting for him to come all the way around.
Okay, yeah, well we'll wait and see. So,
You
yes,
talking about the 98 of Roy Wheeler?
yeah, the 98, correct.
He just passed the start finish line, so and it's showing him in 30th position on the lead lap.
All right, so that's good. So at least he was able to still hang on to the lead
Yeah.
lap there. Say, unfortunately, out of the race though is the 118 of Nathan Aldrich, the 84 of Anfru Schroeder, the 50 of David Leclerc, the 21 of Jimmy Crow, the 120 of Aaron Davidson, and then now, of course, the '07 of Dale Willoughby. So those are the drivers that are out of this race officially. But up front, I was saying looks like the 67 must have had a good restart while all that was going on. I say because he's actually showing as the leader now, so he may have got that little bit of a push he needed to have him be the control car here. So I'll say we'll let this cycle through here though, and we'll take a quick break here before we get here to the just under 15 to go. So we'll be back with you here shortly on Green White Checker TV. All right, we are back. I say we're pace cars out of turn three, or entering turn three, I should say. We're going to go back to green here with 14 to go. So I say this is I say we talked about business picking up. Unfortunately, they didn't even really get a chance to get going there. Just kind of one of those little quick restart issues. I think when people are trying to get caught back up and momentum changes and all that. So going to give another try here. Say now you got the 67 of Larry Yingling going to have the lead here as they enter the front stretch trioval, and then say we'll see who's able to get that push that's needed.
13 got one hell of a start there, man. He got that good little jump on the outside, but that 67 still going to hang down low. If you're Larry Yingling going into turn one, they both have help. I mean, the 38's locked right onto that 13, and then it looks like you got the 14 right there locked into Larry. But nope, 14's not going to help Larry. They're going to make it 3 wide for this lead going down the backstretch.
Yeah, I'll say it's time. I'll say they're going to go after it. I'll say it looks like the 38 right now is kind of staying in the middle. It gets as they say that, though, the 9's starting to peek his nose on the inside. So, say,
14 got a little bit tight. He had to back off a little bit going to that corner, which meant the 67 was able to gain that lead still. But look at
oh,
that.
big
Oh,
move
look at
there by
that
the
move there
38.
by the 38. Oh, wow.
As Matt Quick there with a big cut down the side. He's going to be on the bottom of the 3 here, trying to take the lead here as they enter turn 1 and 2.
I
So
love
let's see.
that paint scheme.
I know it'd be a fun one to have the Grumpy Cat with this one, but I'll say 67 though. Larry Yingling gets a really good run out there off of
3
turn 2. He's
wide
going to
back
take the
there.
lead again. Yeah, I say
Big
3
push
wide.
from the 13.
Yeah, I think that's what you're gonna have to do is you want to probably try to push that leader away. That way, then you can
Yeah.
kind of get that charge back on him.
I think that's exactly what it is. The way these guys do that, you'll see them. They get so close to the bumper, they push him going into the corner, and then you'll see these guys kind of back off each other. As you see, second place there, the number 14. I mean, I thought he was going to get spun by that 9. These guys are going 3 wide for the lead again, going into the corner.
Yeah, so you got the 14 of Levi Cox, and then the 9 just slipped up a little bit there. That is, I think, Zach Bowerman. So I say they're able to go 2x2 again here on the backstretch, but yeah, they're dicing it right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing the number 9 on the car, but I believe is the 119 on our scoring
Correct.
monitor. But right now you see him 3 wide. It's going to be, oh, wow, the 14 of Levi Cox pushes up almost into Larry Yingling. And you see these guys still 3 wide for the lead, and the high line and the low line both got cars locked right onto them.
Yeah, it's just trying to find that who has the momentum. I say right there, Larry gets the good run he needs. He's able to send it down there into turn 1. He's going to have now a couple car length of an advantage there. That's exactly what he wanted to see.
That's what he wants right
Oh,
there.
as
He
they say,
wants
there's
that
trouble in the
gap.
back.
Oh, big trouble in the back. Hard into the wall. Car to the air.
Oh
I
my
see a
goodness, the
car airborne.
19. Yeah, so the 19, the 64,
Wow.
the 76.
Donald Zadusky. Car is literally destroyed. I believe he was the one that was in the air.
Yeah, it looked like us. I'm going to go back and take a look here. Yeah, that was a moment for those guys. So try to see where it started. I think it started around the 76.
Well, I see the 3 and the 19 got into each other, and then the 76 of your dad, Papa Jim, was on the outside, just a victim of circumstance
Okay.
there. And then the 19 just spun in front of the whole field. He got hit, got airborne, launched into the air,
Oh, yep, I see
landed
it now.
back on his wheels. The 1 was involved, the 48, the 64, bunch of cars involved in that one.
Yeah, there's the 48. I say, oh, here comes the 7. Oh, and I didn't see what the car. Yeah, that throws him in the air, like you mentioned. Oh my goodness.
Just a huge mess back there.
Yeah, that was kind of where we were talking about. Business was picking up there, and so they were starting to get aggressive, and just unfortunately, just wasn't the room for where they needed it to be. There, seeing if the 19 has any faster pairs left. He's in the pits. However, I don't see any service happening to the car at the moment. So I think there's a few cars that may be out of the repairs that they would need to hang on to this one. So
We'll wait for these guys to cycle around, and
Yep.
we'll let you guys know who is still in this thing and who isn't. We're under 10 to go here. We got the 67 of year, Larry Yingling. I keep messing his name up. In the lead there. The number 14 so far, Larry Cox, is what's showing in second, but we'll make sure that's going to be updated here in just a second. I'm just going by what the cars I see right behind the pace car. I'm not really going by the scoring monitor right this second.
I think we're pretty. Yeah, I think you're pretty accurate.
We're pretty accurate right here. Yeah, and then we got
'Cause-
Ryan Kelly. We were talking about him earlier. Number 13. Looks like he's going to be in third. We got Josh. Is that
Cully, I think.
Cully? Yeah,
Yeah.
Cully in the 33. It looks like these guys are some guys pitted, some guys suckered some of these guys. So we have a few guys that went down pit road and a few guys that stayed out. Definitely our leader stayed out, and it looks like the number 14 of Larry Cox was going to go in, but he decided to stay out. So we'll have to see how that works out there. So far our top 3 I know is going to be the 67, the 14, and the 13.
Yep, I was saying I think then Josh Cully will be in fourth, and then I was saying we talked about him earlier. Raymond Rittenauer in the 87. He's now up into the 5th position.
He started 41st tonight.
41st was 2 laps down at one point.
And now he's in fifth position with looks like they're going to have like 5 laps to go when they restart this thing. So he put himself in a great position to possibly win this thing, or at least walk out of here with a great top five, top three. Who knows what he can get out of this tonight?
Yeah, I say it's just at this point, it's like we talked about, like with it being almost like a play race, just got to find that right line, make the right moves at the right time, and then got
Be
to
lucky.
protect where you can. So say sometimes you need some luck, sometimes it's I mean there's luck, there's skill, and just if you can have the right combination of them, that's what you need sometimes.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show you. I mean, our pole sitter, Bud Steele, is currently in seventh place. He is right behind two guys that started 41st and 42nd.
Yeah, but I
So
say, but if
fifth,
I was gonna say,
oh,
yeah, if we talked to Bud Steele, he'd be telling us right now, I've got him exactly where I want him. This is all part of the plan,
yeah,
because
this
he
is
he
part of
called
my
his.
master plan.
Yeah, but I did a recruiting race with them where I was broadcasting and I interviewed him, and he told me, he's like, I've got him exactly where I want him. This is what I'm planning on doing, and he acted on it and he won that race. I was like, I'm not gonna doubt you again, good sir.
Oh, there you go. I mean, maybe he is in the right place where he's exactly where he wants to be right now. So he's definitely had a fast car if he's where he's at right now, and he's going to be able to show his skills off here. And just a couple of laps when these guys go back to green. Remember, we have three at a green white checkered tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yep.
just because we get to 100 laps does not mean this race could be over. We could go into overtime in three different occasions tonight. So we'll have to look out for that. If we do get a caution before these drivers take the white flag, we will have a green white checkered, and we'll be doing that 3 times before this race ends, if need be.
Yep, and like you said, yeah. But if they can get to the white flag before a caution comes out, from then on, you pretty much race to the finish
Yeah,
there.
no
Um,
matter what.
yeah, try to avoid the wrecks, obviously, but yeah, you just from there you keep that
Every
foot to the
man for
floor and
himself. Woman,
exactly,
yeah.
man, woman, child. Well, I don't know if there's any children racing tonight. I hope not,
You
but
know what, man? That dude in ninth place sure is a fast driver, isn't he? What a name. I love that. I can just call
yeah,
him dude. I love
say we'll root for him to get a top three there, and I'll let you interview him, and you can discuss his awesome name.
Is there a guy in here named Radical too?
No, I don't see
Uh,
one. Not yet.
okay.
But
Okay,
they're still
okay.
recruiting, so you never know.
Okay. Okay.
So lights are off though on the pace car. So yeah, it's gonna be Larry Yingling up front. We got Levi Cox in second. Let's see, Ryan Kelly third, Josh Coley fourth, and then we mentioned earlier Raymond Rittenauer in fifth. And then let's see, we got the Grumpy Cat, Matt Quick in the sixth position. Then we got Bud Steele, Brendan Thomas, Dude Conrad, and Robert Richards are rounding out the top 10. They all stayed out. 11th is Ken Worley, who also stayed out. And then the first one who pitted for tires, which it looks like was 2 tires for most of them actually, is Zach Bowerman, Brandon Clark. And then I believe the first on 4 is Jack Walls in the 83 car. Let's say
Yeah, I
pace
think
cars in 3 here.
here we go, man. These guys, the pace car's going to pull off. He's going to release these guys. That flag man's going to wave that green flag, and these guys are going to race here for 5 laps. Hopefully, get it all the way to the end in green. But like I said, we might have a green white checker.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see how it goes. Let's say if there, yeah, I'm not even gonna make any guesses because I can see it going either way right now. So
It's going to be one hell of a finish because these guys are going to go 3 wide. Here we go. Green flag in the air. These guys are going to cycle up through the gears 2 by 2 going through the tri-oval into turn one. We're going to see when they come back around in 5 laps who's going to win this race and who's going to take that checkered flag home.
yeah,
Right now, we got the 67 in the lead on the low side. Hopefully, he can hold that.
he's got to say,
Caution again on
oh,
the track.
caution is out. Let's say it looks like the 071 might be involved. Let's say I think the 28 and the 9 may also be in there. So take a look here. 9 looks all right. Let's take a look at the 071. I think he may have been in there. May have just been a quick spin or something. Let's take a. Oh, he's missing the back end of that car, so that probably tells us something here. Let's take a
Yeah, that,
look.
that usually can be an issue when the back end's not there.
Yeah, as long as I would say, or it could have just he may have not had any more fast repairs, and that's as much as he could get the damage
Oh,
repaired.
that's true. Yeah, I didn't think
Oh,
about
looks like
that.
yeah, looks like the 9 was giving him a pretty good push here, entering the front stretch. Oh, 71 gets, oh sorry, the 00 gets into the back of the 9. That gets the
Looks
9
like there
pretty
was like a
squirrely.
checkup on the restart there,
Yeah,
kind
it
of.
looks like they stacked up a little bit. Oh no! Oh, he
Yeah,
hooks the 9 gets loose, hooks the 32. That sends the 32 right up into the back of the 071, and just
yeah.
yeah,
That was kind of started a few seconds before that with that checkup on the restart there. Those guys, they're all kind of checking up, and it's kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard to see in these cars, really
you see
past the
those
car in front of
spoilers.
you. So
Yeah,
yeah, with these spoilers, it really is hard to see past the car in front of you. So sometimes you can't see if the guy that's right in front of the guy in front of you, like three cars up, is slowing down. So it's hard for you to check up and it looked like that was just a checkup situation there, kind of a racing deal. That's kind of how it goes with these restarts. You guys got guys here trying to get positions here at the very end, and yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes.
yeah, and I think that's exactly it. I would say it's towards the end. Everybody's gonna go after it as hard as they can
Yeah,
there, and
yeah,
then
even on
just
the restarts.
I say so. We're coming across here. I believe we're on the 4 to go. So I'm trying to think if it's gonna go to the first green white checker or not this time, or it may go on the or no. I think it would have to because otherwise you'd have to get the one to go next time by. So I'm not 100% sure. Say, but while we have a bit of a break, I'll say we'll step away again real quick before we get these last laps going on here, and then we'll be with you guys through to the end. So stay tuned. All right, and we are back. I say we're on the backstretch here. One to go. This will be the green white checker number one on green white checker TV. So, say there's a reason behind the broadcast channel name. So yeah, so say up front, still got Larry Yingling and who's at Levi Cox in second place, Ryan Kelly third, Josh Coley in fourth, and Raymond Rittenauer in the top five. So they didn't really get a chance to really get too settled here on that last restart. So I'd say not much really changed up front just because that little stack up they had on the restart there. So we're gonna give it one more try here. So again, if they can get to the white flag, the next flag will end it, or I should say checker flag will end it. But they gotta get there first. So we'll see what happens here as they're about to go green. So it looks like
And
another
there,
really good start there for the 67.
so far,
Oh, that 14 is right on his door, though.
I mean, he's pushing them. They're both getting really good pushes, but that 33 has got a really good push from that with on that 14. So, but I don't know that 67. Yeah, he's got the momentum, and the 13 is going to suck right up to him. Is he going to push him? He does. He gives him a nudge, and then he goes down low.
Yeah, I say, but that let the 67 clear the 14, which is critical. I say now the 14 is giving the 67 a shove.
The 13's got no help.
Yeah, so this is exactly what Larry wants to see right here. I say they're all side by side behind him. He's now got the clean air. So what he's gonna have to do now is just try to, basically, like you kind of talked about earlier with Ryan Kelly, just kind of protect where you need to go. You can see they are supposed to stay above the white line here. They don't want you going below the white line. I think maybe on the white flag lap you can, which we are on the white flag as I say that. As I say that, the
Early to
13, it's a
13,
big
battling back.
dive. He made
Ryan
it.
Kelly battling back. He's got no help really from behind. You can see that 14 sucking back up to the 67 of Larry Yingling for the lead there. The
Oh,
14's going to go up high. We're going to have
I
a
would have.
great battle. Back to the checkered
I
here.
would have protected that top side. I feel like the top is better. So you see the 38 take a big dive there. So we're gonna
67's
see.
got no help down low, but he's still got
Just
the
depends on the
momentum.
momentum. Yeah. So he gets a
He
good.
gets in front of that 14. The
Oh,
14 dives
oh,
down
they
low.
hook.
We get a wreck, and the 67's going to end up winning this race,
Oh
coming to the
man.
checkered flag. Big wreck behind him, though. Big wreck
Yeah. So you got
behind
the
him.
67 takes the win. Say 13 right behind him, and see, I'm not even sure who got third. I think Bud Steele winds up coming home in third, getting around all that mess.
He sure did. He sure did. It looks like, yeah, Ryan Kelly, Bud Steele, Robert Richards from 23rd to 4th.
Wow.
So,
Say I'll take a quick
wow.
look before we say try to see if we can obviously get some interviews here in a moment, but want to see what happened there. Say so. I'm trying to remember who was the
Well,
the
it started up front there, too. I mean,
38. I'm trying to remember which all drivers were in it there. Where it kind of started off with which
14,
the
14. It was
14.
the
That's who it was.
14.
Thank
Go to
you,
the
thank you.
14.
Let's go
The
back to
14, the
him.
14 was in second place. He kind of scooted up the track. You'll see it in the replay, though.
See if we can take a look here. Up, he's still there. Yeah, it's just I think there's just a little bit too many lane changes, and just that's what kind of got him there. So we'll take a look here. So I say 14 takes a look low, gets the block. He goes back to the top. Yeah, and the 33 was just there, and there's just nowhere to go. He just gets thrown across the
Wow, he got
track.
thrown across the track violently. I mean, that was such a violent impact, and getting thrown across the track like that. I mean, that was
Oof.
insane.
Let's say the 9 hits the 33 right at the
Wow.
start finish line, Bose. But at the end of it, though, say let's get back to the 67 here. Our race winner. So he's already parked it in victory lane. I say I don't want to make him not get to see any of his celebrations here. So let's go back. All right. So yeah, our winner's going to be Larry Yingling winning the race tonight. Ryan Kelly in second and Bud Steele in third. So let's go ahead and grab our third place finisher, Bud Steele. I'll say, do you want to grab this one, Don?
Sure, totally.
All right. So
We got a
go
third
ahead.
place finisher here, and tonight's pole sitter, Mr. Bud Steele. He had one heck of a race tonight. I mean, he's been back and forth from front to back on this field, and brought this thing home in third place tonight after battling there for the lead, and big wreck there at the end. How do you feel about your race tonight, Bud?
Hey, who am I speaking with?
You were speaking to Mr. Don Runkle Jr. up in the booth with Guy Brooks.
All right, good to meet you, buddy.
Good to meet
Hey,
you.
that was quite the race, yeah. Front to back, in between. A lot of tire strategy there at the end. Too bad we couldn't get more green flag stops and to kind of spread things out. But it was a fun race. This is a great track. I love it.
It was definitely fun to watch. You guys put on a great show tonight. How bad was the tire wear? I mean, were tires very significant here? Did you guys see a lot of wear after a long green flag run?
Oh yeah, we were down. Right front was down around 60% when we had that long run. Yeah, you had to manage them, and then you had to drive with them. Had to take care of.
Well, it was definitely fun to watch you guys run tonight. You got anybody that might have been watching the broadcast here tonight, been watching you race that maybe you want to mention, or any sponsors, anybody that's on the car with you tonight you want to give a shout out?
Well, in case any of my sisters are watching, good evening. Hope you enjoyed it. And let's see. Regal. Thank you, Regal and Jack Walls, for the Regal Pole Award. Pretty cool.
That's right. You won that Regal Pole Award tonight. And like I said, had a great finish here in third place. And I mean, I would call that a pretty successful evening.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky to get back to third. I'm not sure what happened to the guys up ahead, but yeah, you got to persevere. Some
That's right. You just got to keep on charging and keep on fighting for those positions there. But yeah, congratulations tonight on your third place finish, Bud. And we look forward to seeing you in next race. And hopefully you'll continue that good luck there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Bud Steele finished in third place tonight. And I do believe Gael is going to be pulling up Mr. Ryan Kelly in the number 13, our second place finisher tonight.
Yeah, let's say I'll grab Ryan Kelly over here with us. Say, hey, Ryan, this is Guy up in the booth. Say, I'm guessing you wanted to stay green there when you were able to sneak away from the leaders there during that long run.
Yeah. I was hoping it would stay green and I could just try and run away with it, but fortunately the caution came out.
Say it was. Did you have like a tire strategy? 'Cause, I mean, obviously once you got that clean air and they seemed like they kind of got out of your draft there, you set sail. Like I mean, we were noticing that you were even by yourself, you were pulling away from those guys. Was that kind of something that you were planning from the get go, or what was your strategy going into it?
Yeah, I was just trying to save tires. I mean, I always try and save just in case there's ever a nice long run like that, because that's where it'll pay off the most. But yeah, just trying to save tires, not burning it up too much, and fortunately, yeah, that caution ended that strategy.
I got a question for you real quick, Ryan. It's Don Runkle up here in the booth with Gael. When you pitted there, when they had that green flag run just before that yellow come out, did you pretty much run your tank dry, or did you still have a few laps left?
I had a couple laps left. I had like 3 or 4 left, but I was thinking just split it up evenly because we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
try and get the best amount of tire I could from both runs.
No, definitely. We were actually talking about that, whether or not you were able to run it all the way, or how far you guys were able to run your fuel.
Yeah, I think the window is 30 something laps for a full tank.
Gael.
All right. Well, I'll say want to give you any opportunity here, any like say anybody watching or any thanks or shout outs you'd like to give for your run tonight.
Yeah, just Charles and all the guys that set up the league. It's a great league, and happy to be a part of it.
All right. Well, great run tonight, Ryan. I'd say obviously, one spot short where you're looking for, but I'd say you obviously put on a really strong showing tonight, so you're going to be one that they're going to be looking for. So again, good run tonight. I'd say look forward to catching you in the future races.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, so now it's time to go to victory lane. As I'm watching the replay here of that 67 machine of Larry Yingling working his way to Gatorade victory lane on the replay we're showing right now. Larry, that was some really intense racing there at the end, trying to protect that track position, figure out where that momentum was going. I say just take us through some of those last laps there that you had to fight them off.
I'm just looking at the people behind me. I knew they were pretty good, so I just had to just mirror drive and choose the right lane. And I saw Levi clear Ryan off of 2, so I wanted to give him the outside, which he took it. And I just got the power off Ford, and I slid up in front of him on purpose to make him go low. Then I just went down and blocked him.
So you make it sound a lot easier than it would have been for me. I actually was questioning the decision to let him have the top side. I figured that was where the momentum was going to be, but say I definitely won't be questioning your strategies here in the future for protecting track position. That was a really good job there, just being where you needed to be, positioning yourself correctly. I say, did you have any kind of game plan going into it? Like if you wanted to kind of run up front or kind of just take it easy, save your tires, or kind of what was your game plan going through it?
I think the best way to save tires is clean air and not get tight in dirty air. But I got stuck in the back a couple times during the race, and I had to find my way through.
No, so you did a really good job making your way back through there and then able to pull off the win here. So I want to definitely give you an opportunity though for any thanks and shouts you'd like to give for your win tonight.
And definitely my teammates, Stu Conrad, Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie, Maxwell Caldwell, Doug Willoughby, Donald Sadesky, Tom Labar, and Logan Hilton, along with Levi Cox and Brandon Clark.
So you got a good little crew there that you can race with. So that's always nice to have a bunch of teammates to say that way. If one has a bad race, you can jump back on with them. So yeah, I just want to congratulate you again on a great win there tonight at Michigan. Say look forward to catching you in the future weeks here.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Donald. That's our winner, Larry Yingling, able to hang on to that win. It's a really good run by him to keep those guys behind him. Yeah, these guys put on a show tonight.
It was a hell of a show tonight, man. These guys were running 3 wide tonight. It was, I mean, there were, a good amount of cautions early on, but we got a green flag run in there. We got green flag pit stops, and these guys settled out and put on one hell of a show tonight. Eat up to the end right there. Larry Yingling. God, I keep saying that wrong. Larry Yingling, with the win there, pulled it out. I mean, he was mirror driving the whole time. He did everything he had to do, and yeah, one heck of a race tonight, man. Thanks for letting me share the booth up here with you, Gaio.
Oh no, I enjoyed having you with me. So I'm going to pull up the results here. So, like Don mentioned, we got Larry Yingling winning the race tonight, Ryan Kelly in second, Bud Steele third, Robert Richards fourth, Zach Borman in the fifth position, Brendan Clark in sixth, Jack Walls in seventh, Raymond Rittenauer is able to hold on to the eighth position, Matt Quick in ninth, and then Dude Conrad in 10th. So I'm going to cycle through the remaining results here through the race. So you can see some of those guys, some of the drivers had good races, some had a little bit trouble, I'll say, but it's pretty much when you get to this third page is where the trouble started to fall for a few of them, just getting caught up in incidents, things of that nature. But yeah, this was definitely a challenging one tonight. I'd say a lot of track position you had to try to work your way through. But yeah, I'd say it's a lot of fun tonight. Had enjoyed spending the broadcast booth with you again. So before I end it for the evening, just want to say thank you all again for watching Green White Checker TV. If you guys want to check out the league over here, it's the Area 51 Racing League. I'll say I will catch you all again on Tuesday for the IndyCar series. But until then, though, hope you guys all have a good evening. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, and hope you all have a wonderful night and take care.